Let's talk solar math. We know, math isn't always fun. But in the solar industry, basic math is a very important skill and will be required on a daily basis. For solar math, you will always need to know conversion between watts, kilowatts, and megawatts. You'll want to familiarize yourself with converting feet to inches as well. Watts are the smallest unit in which solar is calculated. Always remember, 1,000 watts equals 1 kilowatt, and 1,000 kilowatts equal 1 megawatt. Make sure to make note of this, as it will be used on a daily basis. Now, let's use what we learned and apply it to a real solar scenario with frequently asked questions about the cost per watt, sizing a solar system, and panels. To size a system, you would take the number of solar panels multiplied by the number of wattage for each solar panel. For example, if the solar system required 12 solar panels and each solar panel is 320 watts, you would multiply 12 by 320, which would give you your total system size of 3,840 watts or 3.84 kilowatts. Another common solar question that you'll be asked by installers is, what is my cost per watt? Meaning, how much is each watt costing for the product or products in question? To determine the cost per watt, you will need to know the number of panels, the wattage of each panel, and the total cost. You would multiply the number of panels by the wattage of panels. Then you would divide the total cost of the product or products by the total wattage. For example, if you have 10 solar panels that are 320 watts each and the total price is $3,625.20, you would multiply 320 by 10, giving you 3,200, then divide 3,625.20 by 3,200, giving you the cost per watt at $1.13. You'll also receive questions about sizing a solar inverter. Solar inverters can be upsized by the manufacturer's instructions. This means an inverter that is 6,000 watts can actually handle a load of more than 6,000 watts. Upsizing a system allows solar companies to save more money when purchasing products, as the inverter can handle more solar panels than originally listed. For example, a typical SolarEdge inverter can be upsized by 155%. To determine how large of a system you can place on this inverter, you would take the number of watts, which is 6,000, and divide it by 100, which is the current output level, giving you 60. Then multiply 60 by the oversizing percentage, which is 155, giving you 9,300. In this case, the 6,000 watt inverter would be able to handle a maximum of 9,300 watts, or 9.3 kilowatts of solar panels. Another frequently asked question is how many panels can fit on a single piece of rail. In order to determine this, you must know the size of rail, the orientation of the solar panel, and the solar panel size. Rail length is primarily calculated in feet, so the first thing you will have to do is convert feet into inches. If you have 14 feet of rail, you would multiply the number of feet of rail by 12 to determine inches. Therefore, a 14-foot piece of rail would be 168 inches. It's also important to note that a solar panel in portrait orientation is 39.1 inches in width and 66.9 inches in length. Now, let's figure out how many solar panels can fit on one piece of rail. You would start by taking the length of the rail and dividing it by the width of the solar panel, which would give you 4.3 panels. Since you cannot cut a panel, you would need to round to the lowest number. This means the 14-foot piece of rail would hold a total of 4 panels. Please continue to the next section to test your solar math knowledge.